Hello. Hello, everybody. The first thing I want to say is thank you so much for coming out and being a part of this evening with me and with us. And I know that it's Thursday. I don't know what kind of week you've had. Maybe you forgot that you had tickets to this thing and you woke up this morning like, fuck, I've got to go to this poetry gig. You know what I mean? I know how it is. And you got on a train and on the bus or whatever. I just appreciate you coming. Maybe your mate brought you along. You didn't really know why. But you're here. And it's beautiful. So when I say thanks for coming, I really appreciate the journey you've had to get here, everything, all that whole thing. Because what happens when we all come together in a room is we bring all that stuff that we've had in the day, it comes in with us. So everything that happened for you today is going to happen for all of us tonight in some way because it affects, do you know what I mean? So just to acknowledge the fact that maybe it was a pissy journey or maybe it was nice, whatever. Maybe you've been in a pub for an hour, whatever it's been. Do you say? The other thing I'd like to say is a massive thank you to the poets who blessed this stage so beautifully. That's JJ. Yeah. Yeah, so good. JJ Akinlade, Bridget Minamore, and Zia Ahmed. I really recommend you check them out. If you enjoyed them tonight, find out where they're on next. Come and see them, follow their work, buy their shit. They're fantastic poets. I feel really lucky that they came up and shared their stuff this evening. Okay, that's that. That's those two things. The next thing I want to say is that what I'm about to do this evening is in many ways a bit of a risk. It's a risk for me, and it's also a bit of a risk for you guys. Because what I'm not going to do is tell a 55-minute long poem story with lots of characters and a kind of State of the Nation address about 40 minutes in. That's not what's going to happen. Instead, what I'm going to be doing tonight is reading from my new collection, which is called Running Upon the Wires. And these are poems about longing, heartbreak, intimacy, passion. Poems that, the subject matter, I've never even gone there really before, and especially not if I had a gig to do. These are the poems I definitely would leave out of the performance. But there's a reason that I'm deciding to do this evening. I'm not going to tour these poems. This is just a one-off thing. This is a celebration of something that wasn't there, and now I made it, and it's finished, and it's here. And it's gonna... But the thing is, I don't want to kind of go there every night. I don't want to tour it around. It feels wrong for these poems. They live in a book. But it feels really special tonight to just have this one moment to go through them all and share them and just do them and just be in that space. That's that I wanted to say. And then, I think that was it. Yeah, I'm not going to do it again. Thanks for coming. I think that was it. Yeah, thank you. That's it, really. Thank you. I'm gonna be doing Running Upon the Wires. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted to say, sorry. After this collection, what comes next is an album. It's a new album coming in the spring. And in some ways, that's a kind of return to more familiar territory. It's building on what's been before, but for me, it's kind of safer territory. So it was really important for me to just be vulnerable, take this risk, and just do this, quite eggy thing, and let you know that, don't worry, come spring, we can all go back to doing what we want to do at a Kate Tempest show. All right? Cool. Her body was like a harp. My body was like a harp. And her words and gestures were like fingers running upon the wires. The end. Awake all night, thinking of you. Even the rain was quiet. The trees all held their breath. There were no words in any mouth that were worth being said. Everywhere was argument, and everything was rage. Opinion wrung her whittled hands and settled in her cage. Outside, the sky was falling in. Our flesh had come away. We walked around in separate rooms, looking for the day. The day was gone. My spine was chalk, my mouth unopened mail. I remembered walking home with you, and I grew pale. Born in blood, born to bleed, born for love, born by degrees, born and born and born in you, like you were born in me. I've been here before, said the raindrop to the poisoned sea. The candlelight is small and strange. My face is in the window pane. Outside, the trees are wind-sung poems. The sky's a wound that shows the bone. I was given a loop to trace, the hook, the half, the hill. I was born to be your bed, and I'm born for that still. I was born to be your bed, and I'm born for that still. Things I do in our house since you left. Come to breathing. What am I doing? I'm looking for you, but you have gone missing. Who are these people? Where are the children I wanted to carry to make us both women? What's this I'm holding? Where is my body? The floor's made of glue and I can't get it off me. When did the walls soften to bruised fruit? I need to get out more. Can't find my shoes though. I wake in the night and hear voices. I stand on my own by the window. I stare at the door and see faces. I can't hear a word that they're saying. I'm fine, I'm a catch, people tell me. And we were no match. This is healthy. I eat and I sleep and I stare at my feet. And I'm busy. I'm so busy. Leave me alone. I'm typing your name in my phone. Not now, but soon. With enough time, it will be like it never happened. With enough distance, our bodies will forget. Waiting for the kettle, suddenly we'll be drawn backwards, understanding the unfathomable things the other said. I was a nightmare the whole time, I know it. She held my throat and kissed me, slapped me hard across the jaw. I was spinning for her angles up against the toilet door. I've been in a state of shock ever since that kiss, looking for that cubicle each time I take a piss. We were in the street. I was staring in amazement at the light against the leaves as they fell towards the pavement. Her face was stretched as taut as the tightrope that we swayed on, as the argument I'd started and then tried to walk away from. Keeping busy. I wake up in hotel rooms and fall over on my way to the shower and put my clothes on inside out. I see the shape of your body in every bare branch, in every cereal bowl and water jug, the driftwood, the vandalized statue, the train station roof. The whole world is a sick joke. about how beautiful you are. So I moved back to the old neighborhood. There is sex and mouths up close to exorcise her Holy Ghost, the burning of the sweetest parts, naked rituals in the dark. There is truth, the space between the way this place has always been and where it is and where it's not is still my place, my weakest spot. The betting shop, the stinking drains, the meat fridge trucks and dead remains, the interfaith kids' football games, shut pubs, new street food bars, more trains. Pitbull, dogtooth, ribsick foxes, memories in cardboard boxes, out the front wall getting soaked, bus stop ponce roll-ups half smoked. Scroll the phone and choose a body. Take me as you want to find me. Space at last, the single life, and nothing in this flat reminds me of the way it was with her. Give me this grit, I know. I'll meet you in the pub in 10, then come back here and lay me low. On finding photographs you took of us, I hear screams from outside the open window, and I am shocked to remember that other people exist. People are queuing by the cat neutering clinic, as they do at this time each morning. Nothing unusual in the long queue of people with their cats in boxes, in line for the desexing offered to residents of the borough. A cat has got loose from its box. A car has stopped at a green light. All the people have dropped their boxes and are in varying states of despair, crouching around the car. The cars behind are beeping their horns, and people are shouting. I watch headscarfed old ladies hold up the traffic, while young men in impeccable tracksuits crawl on their knees. School children in neat braids and white socks, and long-haired teenage goths, and even a couple of dogs are helping. People are dropping their rucksacks and handbags and lying down flat in the road. I go back to the photographs, suntan topless strangers with our faces. And there we are together, kissing in that room we stayed in. The queue has reassembled. Some people are sitting with their cat boxes between their legs, their bums on the pavement, their backs against the clinic walls. 2 women are standing, wearing raincoats, talking to each other with their hands. Seeing other people, pushed around on tides of it. Her face is close, her eyes are slits. "Oh, Kate," she says, I rise to it. We smile like this is something, but the gestures all seem posed, well aware that morning comes and finds us separate and closed. We go for drinks, they take me home, the heartthrob I have dreamed of being, sort of sure that my heart's lost and can't bear what it's seeing. Head fuck. If I get over you, you might come back. You still love me, but you can't promise anything. If I wait for you, nothing will change. I won't do the work you need me to do. You tell me you think it would be good for me to get involved with someone else. I go to the pub and I stare at the beer taps. Poem to a barmaid. I stand before you, dumb as mud, breathless at the bar, turned to chewed up mush by all the things I know you are. I haven't felt this way for years. You must know it's killing me. All I want to do is be cool, but you've been filling me with things I haven't dared to hope I'd feel. I try and stop it, but every time you look at me, my eyes fall out my sockets, pulsate on the floor like catching pupae at my feet. My body turns to pick-up sticks that fall into a heap. 3 drinks in, I gulp, pluck up the courage, try my luck. Soon as you turn my way, the only word I have is fuck. 3 months, no contact. I am standing underneath the decorative arch in the hotel gardens. It feels like an experiential theme park ride about the perils of decadence. The fallen rain stills the hum in the air. I have recently discovered I am obsessed with things I don't care about. Cramps in my stomach from do you think they could tell we'd been fighting? Waking in the night, did I laugh too loud at the dinner? When would I learn how to dress like an adult? Yeats had a brown 3-piece suit and a monocle. He wanted to become the eccentric poet. He wanted to become the eccentric poet. He mythologized himself, says the important man talking to me at the important event. I stand under the arch in a tropical opulence ride in the last days of humanity, and my dad is having a pacemaker fitted and staying awake through the procedure, and a man with a face like an elbow is talking to a tired waiter, saying, I don't want to drink instant coffee, I want fresh coffee. And the waiter is smiling without moving his mouth, and I care about things like, are you safe? Are you safe? Where are you? Are you safe? Getting out more. I'm inviting one-night stands to come to gigs and meet my friends. I don't know when this will end. I'll call you up. It rings and rings. A place that meant something to me. I was furtive and shy as I led you down wet alleys, through broken fencing, the slime banks of Deptford, the makings of me. I showed you my soul in the rusted old anchor, the smashed up TV. The river was wild that night, churning and patterned with diamonds and crosses. And I walked with you over the green clay of that beach, the mud flat by the Thames, where I went to get lost. Beneath the pier that creaked in the squall and the smell of the city, the sewers, the river, I watched you quietly. I hoped that you weren't going to laugh. The wind was as bitter as we have become. You took your clothes off, kept your coat on. You walked towards me, your naked tits and your eyes and your skin in the rain, and we fucked standing up, leaning into each other in the place that I went to when I was alone. Alone again. I've come here today to remember myself. I'm looking for who used to live in my bones before they existed to hope for your kisses. But London has changed. Even my derelict, secret, wild London, all brown mud and stones, has been built over, cleaned up, The rotten old timbers I trod with my heart in my teeth, looking down to the black water brawling beneath, have been wrenched out, replaced. Glass-fronted studios rear up like breakers. Almost a year, and I still can't shake you. I can't be sure that it will ever change. Pulled by something nameless in a song, standing here before my kitchen window, feeling you like you had never gone. As if you might be sleeping in the bedroom or sketching somewhere, pins between your lips. Some part of me still feels you never left me, a part that will not lose the edge it grips. The middle. After show party. Sat in the plunge of the seeping adrenals, stage hot but cooling, drinking for England, and staring intently at whoever's talking, whole body ringing like cymbals or symbols. Show text, blue face from phones, text home. Somewhere out there they have lives on the boil, but back to the matter of cables to coil and loitering aimlessly, my body's a drone, a dream of a time, of blossom by water, to walk from my door without chug-sickened A-roads, but if there was life for me somewhere but here, I'd have found it by now. I get heavy with drink. Eating for boredom, eating for pleasure, sleeping whenever a second comes clear, head in my arms on the floor of the airport, probably time for a beer. Get off the internet. Look at the trees in the park with their leaves in the light like music. Forget that your heart is a piece of brown meat. Feel nothing but love for those that have love. But if you are a human with a terrifying beauty who could make a mess of a mess like me, if everything is music and you like seeing sunrise, getting stoned in bed and staring at the sea, please find me here beside the stage. Take me by the floating hands, lead me to a private place and fuck my heavy brains out. Heel. I lived at your heel like a dog. I chanted your name and I thought you a god. And each time you killed me, I liked it. But each part you killed, I forgot. Firework. The new woman arrived in my life, like a fire arrives in wet woodland. I was a cave in the dirt, full of claggy old timber. She was the spark. We struggled to take, we couldn't quite catch, but every so often, with enough close attention, our fire would roar with great authority and light up the whole sorry place. A morning in New Cross, cooking breakfast in your kitchen, I talk nothing with your housemates. At all times, my eyes aware of how your body moves in baggy clothes. Your shoulders, elbows, legs emerge from that long shirt as you brew tea and make us pancakes. I'm scared in case of all the things. I don't want to lose again. You shut my brain up with a sweeping hand. But every soppy fucking song. Careful with the radio. All songs might be the straw that whips the camel's broken back and leaves you on the floor, no matter that you've heard the song 6,000 times before. I want to be starting something. I've got to be starting something. I sleep in our stains. Your shapes in my hands all day. Transported The planets a watch on a dresser, dazed in new cities, I'm with you. I'm close when you want me, it's so good to miss you. Things that we never expected to blossom. Reluctant spring of my love back for a spin. I'm leaving on Sunday. Life in the space between strangers that stare at the stage. I keep you warm in my jacket. I put you on with my socks in the morning. I kiss my cup when I drink my coffee. The first weekend away. We made love all day. All day. All day. From bedroom to hallway. And outside, the dog needed walking. And we found the bush by the golf course. And the rain came. Nothing could stop us. The rain on our cheeks and the backs of our heads. And my coat laid for the thorns in the grass. And back in the flat, we tried to make food. But our love would not let us. All over that kitchen, and hours, as we took ourselves deeper inside the other, and fed, and were fed. And she came inside me, and I came inside her, and life was created. And she was on top, and across, and beneath, and our legs gripped the flood and the tops of the counters and each other's bodies, and we fumbled for chairs to stand on, to lean over, her eyes like two crowns for our heads. And back in the bedroom again, and still loving, unable to stop, to keep bodies from reaching and pulling. I stroked her skin and was love, stoned as the old days, loving. And out of the window, I hear the sea as it roars and submits to itself. And the next morning, out there, the sun blew bright. The rain stopped for a moment. She shouted, and I looked after her pointing hand as she led me, whispering, out to the beach. There was a rainbow, 2 rainbows, pouring like waterfalls from the low cloud into the still sea. And she stared at me, small in my arms and huge in my heart, and her smile was the sky but more mine. And she said, "Do you see?" Hanging out with your friends at the important social occasion. My head is an iron helmet. My throat is bunged with sponge. My nervous system has been hijacked by a team of highly competitive pop producers. I hope you haven't noticed. I am good manners, very calm, nice to be here, smiling. Inside, I'm a worm in a fat suit breathing through a diving bell. I just need to put some shelves up. Life hack, death trap, chicken by the bucket load. Fang-toothed couple in the B&Q queue. Many-headed phone face, automated checkout. I recognize the silence. He's me and she's you. Popcorn apocalypse, shop floor monotony. It must have been a birthday. We were in a posh hotel. Brimstone screenshot, quick fix lobotomy. Everything we did seemed to end in fucking hell. Shame bait advert, sell a dream economy. Knotted up with stress, I broke. You went to bed. Natural look, easy fit, self-adhesive master lock. Checkout robot beeps, I scan my plank and hang my head. Moving on, crawling back. It's you again as usual. It was you before we met, and it's still you, despite the fact that you have long since left. You call me in the evenings, down the line from far away. We giggle like we used to. There's nothing left that's hard to say. Tonight it's you, as usual, creeping round me, speaking low, keeping me in limbo, dead to everything I know. You talk about our future. You call me names I've longed to hear. You tell me that you've missed me. I tell you I had no idea. We kiss our lovers tenderly. We feel the bliss and burn, but speak when they're asleep of all we've yet to learn. Some days she's everywhere. No one else is us. It's all for show. It's all for show. Marry me again. It's all I know. It's all I know. This is absolutely normal, and nobody is concerned. An elderly man is wearing a large knitted jumper. He stands with his weight leant forwards and his arms linked behind his back. His wife, in an upmarket navy blue tracksuit, is being frisked with a padded electronic swab. The security attendant is defeating the language barrier by using a physical display of call and response. First the attendant, then the elderly lady lift up their legs and place their feet onto a raised step, while a woman is patiently decanting a bottle of moisturizing cream into smaller containers. A young couple are holding hands, he with fashion beard and backwards cap, she with careful smile and sequined jeans. They stare through perspex at shelves of dead flesh. The sign behind them reads, "Tender, loving chicken." Venice Beach. The man is power. His board beneath him leads the wave, and in his glory he tops a charge more vast and real than daily life. When all our noise has gone, and sound becomes the damp roll and arid hum of air, sea, expanse. The detritus of life picked to dust, whirling upwards, the tides will surge undisturbed. Trust this, they say, but the beach ignores. A grey-haired, shining woman in a t-shirt that reads "Truth Hurts" is walking group to group, selling Native American dream catchers and sharpened stick tattoos. "Get yours, mama," shouts the friendly man in the basketball vest. They high-five. "All right," says a passerby, nodding, his skin the same texture as the burnt palms. "Nothing lasts," says the fallen wave. I don't want to go backwards with her anymore. I want to go forwards with you. I feel you getting quiet in my company. I know you're thinking of her, or thinking of me, thinking of her. There's a decoration for my wedding cake still hanging from the rear view mirror of my car. Her letters are in my bedside drawer. I take the decoration down and throw it out. I put her letters in a box. My sentences begin, "Trust me, baby, I got it all worked out." At which point I see your eyes and everything dies in my mouth. I'm learning to recognize each pitch in the scale of your silence. Going forwards with you. Dark of a midnight bedroom. Single flame from a candle in the bowl on the bedside table, and our skin, red as the night and blue from the passing sirens. You call a song from my chest. We lie endways after. Through the open window, I watch the dark trees and I feel the slow wind, and the flame is a globe on the wick. You stalk the floorboards, your stomach wrought stone as you push your naked breasts into the night. In the morning when I see you up before me, dressing like you're stripping, wrapped in that tight top and those tiny shorts, You fall into my arms and you fuck me with your shoes on. And as my mouth works around your underwear, I hear myself whispering, I'm yours, baby, I'm yours, baby, I'm yours. The beginning. We went to the river to swim. Angel, you bring everything near. Angel, you bring everything near when you caress my forehead with the bridge of your nose, the droplets of water that dome on your shoulders in September sunlight. At your mother's funeral, her name carved in stone, as if it was someone else's. The right letters, but it had nothing to do with her voice or her temper or her running through the flat to open all the windows so she could listen to the thunderstorm, all those stories up. They tell your wailing grandmother to wait outside, and you walk into that room alone to watch her burn. Blinking in the sudden light, you pass the anonymous office bungalows and the carefully kept gravel paths, but you stop at the thin stream that runs to the fountain and you take off your shoes. One foot in front of the other, the soles submerged, the sunlight smearing in the heat. A single white feather circles above you. You watch it in silence and you gasp when it lands at your feet. Duet. Sometimes, when we come together, you scream like you were being born and I sing like I am dying. My skin in the morning cool, my feet on the boards, finding my slippers, pushing open the gate of the kettle for warmth. You are in bed with a smile on your sleeping mouth. You play Arabic music, French music, Madagascan music that I've never heard. I play UK rappers, minimal techno, Alice Coltrane. Your hair is tied up with colourful cloth as you move from the hips through the flat. We cook for each other. We dedicate days to our lovemaking. Any less than a full day and you look at me hurt. I maintain a full wave at my neighbours, but I worry about what they hear through the walls. Aware of how often we wake in the night and call out for each other. We bought new sheets. I was telling a story, enjoying myself. I know because my hand is conducting my descriptions. We are driving through golden light and your body is inclining towards me at all points as it does when you're happy with me. The lake shines on the watery sun. The dog sleeps on the bank, one eye watching, as we clutch each other's bodies beneath the darkening mountain and close our eyes underwater. Night buzzes around us. We shake it till it billows, then snap it tight, pull its edges and fold it under, like a pair of real adults. But let's not get stale and resentful just because we live together. Don't catch me. Falling is all that I want. In motion, I'm better at stillness. God-given strong woman, muscle and form. Churning the dough of the day, she makes bread. And it cooks in the ovens we built to keep warm. She runs the whole world into spinning. Her thread unpicks the patterns. And she is the morning. And all of the beaches are her golden stomach. And all of the forests are her. And all tree roots. and all of the valleys her voice, and all comets. Dartmoor on mushrooms. My true love came on slowly, asked for nothing, till I gave her all. Found myself beside her in the wood, beneath a mighty sprawl of moss-bound life and splendor, trees as kings. The river took our skin and kissed us, cold and moaning, blessed our love and let our love begin. Well, my forehead enjoys the push of her armpit. Her curves are my entire horizon. She makes time a vast plain. Each touch is a portal to some other place that shudders and ticks and extends outwards in waves. The days now are years. All I am concerned with are her breasts. The wetness of her mouth is an ocean I sail on, or swim through, or stare at for peace. There was someone else who lived in this skin before now. I notice how the light regards itself in the mirror of the pond, but not for long. She is vocal music, choral. The rest is canned laughter. Harmonizing. One thing about being two women together is that every single month we get at least a week when we are both premenstrual and neither of us know what the fuck is going on. It's definitely one of the positive sides. Domestic. 3 days into the same row, the last time we kissed without anger is so far away I can't taste it. Meanwhile, it's Christmas. I made a nut roast. I call my parents to hear all the news. You take this as war games and sob in the bedroom. I clean the cooker alone. This morning, I hear you greeting the dog as he comes wagging back to the house, and I realize how long it's been since I last heard you laugh. But when, thank God, the static dries, the everyday objects lose their menacing aspect and go back to being curtains or light bulbs or Tupperware again, and we can see each other's faces, our relapse into tenderness is furious. Gratitude. I have seen us sat together in the evening, not saying much, listening to the fire, or laid out on a camping mat, your fingertips pulling at strands of my hair, or dancing to flamenco in the living room. Well, you dancing. Me awestruck, clutching your hips, your name like a bird trying to burst out of my throat. Love. The way you hold your cup in a closed fist, your wrists that get rheumatic in the rain, your long feet, long legs, and bony shoulders, your smile a crash of teeth from nose to chin. Your eyes drop 3 octaves when you want me. Your body is transposed into the key of sand dunes, raw quartz, heat from a slow sun. Suddenly as graceful as when you dance, no longer smashing your limbs into unmoving tabletops, or burning your hands on every available hot surface, or headbutting the car door when you get in. You know, it used to keep me up at night, the lack of you. Falling asleep, feeling you falling asleep. So much in a day, and each is prelude, body, encore. victor of the last and victim to the next. So much left to do, but when I close the day with you, it's the closest I have ever come to rest, running upon the wires. Yes, we do repeat. Motifs occur again. This does not mean we are not new. You are not her. This is not then.